There comes a moment in every person's life when quitting feels justified. The air gets heavy, your body aches, your mind tells you you've had enough. The path ahead looks like a wall, not a road, and in that moment you will be given a choice, a sacred choice. The kind that separates the average from the great, the forgotten from the remembered. You can stop, or you can force yourself to keep going. And if you choose to keep going, you will not be the same. The first requirement is definiteness of purpose. You must know what you want with such clarity that it sets your soul on fire. A desire that keeps you up at night, a vision so vivid that it makes the pain of perseverance feel like a small price to pay. Without that vision, you'll quit. Without that vision, the suffering will seem senseless. But when you know your purpose, everything changes. The struggle becomes a signal that you're moving. The pain becomes proof that you're on the right road. The delay becomes preparation. With purpose, your suffering becomes sacred. Understand this. Your greatest growth lies just beyond your greatest resistance. There is no shortcut. There is no easy way. The obstacle is not there to stop you. It is there to transform you. It is not punishment. It is preparation. The moment you feel like stopping is the very moment you must go on. The muscle grows after the burn. The character is built after the heartbreak. The courage is born after the failure. If you stop when it hurts, you will never evolve. But if you force yourself to take one more step, you will break through barriers that were once unbreakable. Willpower is not a gift, it is a habit. It is not something you are born with, it is something you build moment by moment, decision by decision. Every time you get up when you feel like staying down, you are forging a stronger will. Every time you say, "I will," instead of "I can't," you are reshaping your identity. The man or woman you admire, the one who seems unstoppable, didn't arrive that way. They forced themselves to keep going when everything inside screamed quit. They did it once, then again and again, until the voice of doubt grew weak and the will grew strong. That power is not exclusive. It is available to anyone willing to build it. You must confront the excuses. They are seductive. They wear the face of logic. They speak in reasonable tones. They dress themselves as safety, rest, balance, but do not be fooled. Those excuses are the assassins of your greatness. They don't want your dream to die loudly. They want it to fade quietly while you're distracted. They want you to believe that quitting is wisdom, that mediocrity is maturity, that giving up is self-care. But deep down, you know the truth. You know what you're capable of. You know when you're lying to yourself. You can feel it, so cut off the excuses. They are poison, and they will rot everything beautiful in your soul if you let them. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every failure, these are not ends. They are beginnings in disguise. Every time life knocks you down, it is offering you an invitation to grow stronger, but most reject it, most retreat, most surrender. The ones who ascend are the ones who say, "I will find the advantage in this." It may take days, it may take years, but hidden within every adversity is a seed, a lesson, a new path, a new strength that only reveals itself to the one who refuses to quit. If you run from the pain, you'll miss the gift. But if you embrace it, if you squeeze every drop of wisdom from it, that pain will turn to power. That wound will become your weapon. There is one law that governs all progress, all mastery, all greatness, and that is persistence. The universe bends to those who refuse to give up. Life does not reward talent alone. It does not reward intelligence alone. It rewards endurance. You do not need to be the smartest, the fastest, or the most gifted. You only need to be the one who won't go away. Keep showing up, keep knocking, keep climbing, keep failing, keep rising. Eventually the resistance gets tired. Eventually the walls fall. Eventually success runs out of ways to say no. So when it gets hard, and it will remember this, difficulty is not a sign to stop. It is the signal to rise. It is the universe whispering, "There's something here if you can hold on just a little longer." And you can. You were built to endure. You were built to overcome. You were built to finish what you started. So tighten your grip, adjust your stance, grit your teeth, wipe your tears, and take another step. No matter how small, take the step. No matter how tired, take the step. No matter how much it hurts, force yourself to keep going. Because on the other side of that step is everything you've ever wanted, and you are not here to almost make it. You are here to become unstoppable. There comes a moment in every person's life when quitting feels justified. The air gets heavy, your body aches, your mind tells you you've had enough. The path ahead looks like a wall, not a road, and in that moment you will be given a choice, a sacred choice, the kind that separates the average from the great, the forgotten from the remembered. You can stop, or you can force yourself to keep going. And if you choose to keep going, you will not be the same. You must begin with a burning purpose, a reason so deeply rooted in your soul that it becomes your personal law. Without it, you are a leaf in the wind, tossed and turned by every breeze of difficulty, every gust of uncertainty. But when your purpose is fixed, every trial becomes fuel. A person without a clearly defined purpose will surrender at the first sign of struggle, because there is no internal command, no direction pulling them through the chaos. But when you know exactly what you're fighting for, when you've made a decision that your life will stand for something specific and powerful, then you become unshakable. The pain no longer defeats you. It directs you. The delays no longer break you. They refine you. Purpose gives your suffering context, and once suffering has meaning, you become willing to endure it. The person with purpose is not easily discouraged, because they understand that the journey is not optional. It is sacred. You must learn to see pain not as a punishment, but as a prerequisite. Pain is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Every struggle, every roadblock, every sleepless night you endure is not there to destroy you. It is there to reveal you. The version of you who is capable of achieving your dreams lives on the other side of adversity. If it were easy, everyone would have it, but it's not, and that's the point. The path of resistance is where transformation occurs. The very sensation of discomfort is a signal that you're in the presence of growth. If you run from it, you stay the same. If you lean into it, you evolve. Success is not about comfort. It is about capacity. And capacity is built by doing what you don't feel like doing again and again, until what once broke you becomes your baseline. When the average person stops, you push. When the average person complains, you conquer. That is the price of greatness. That is the threshold you must cross. The human will is like any other muscle. It does not get stronger through rest. It gets stronger through resistance. Willpower is built by doing the hard thing when no one is watching, when no reward is guaranteed, and when every part of you screams for ease. It is built in the quiet moments, in the unseen battles, in the choices that seem small but accumulate into a fortress of discipline. Every time you say yes to your vision and no to your weakness, you're reinforcing the steel within you. You will not wake up one day with unlimited motivation. You will not always feel inspired. But the person who masters the ability to act regardless of emotion becomes invincible. Feelings are fleeting. Character is what remains. The more you act against your mood, the more control you gain over your life. And the more you force yourself to keep going when you least feel like it, the more you rise above the level of ordinary. You must also face the seductive voice of excuse, making with brutal honesty. Excuses are the language of failure. They come wrapped in reason, delivered in calm tones, but they are designed to trap you in the life you say you don't want. They justify your inaction. They explain your stagnation. They comfort you while your potential rots beneath the surface. Your mind will tell you that you're too tired, that today is not the day, that you've done enough. But deep down, you'll feel the sting of knowing that you could have done more. Excuses are clever. They appeal to logic. They sound responsible. They sound safe, but they are lies. They do not protect you. They poison you. Every excuse you allow becomes a brick in the wall separating you from your destiny. And every time you silence an excuse, you tear that wall down, you move closer, you reclaim power, and with each excuse you reject, you become the kind of person who doesn't need permission to succeed. And when the failures come, and they will, you must reframe them. Failure is not the end of the story, it is the middle chapter. Embedded in every setback is an advantage waiting to be uncovered. But that advantage only reveals itself to the one who keeps moving forward. Most people treat failure like a full stop. The few treat it like a comma. They pause, they reflect. They extract the lesson, and then they continue, stronger, smarter, sharper. Life will knock you down, but it does not decide whether you stay there. That decision belongs to you. You must train your mind to see every challenge as a message. There is something here you need to learn, something you need to become. If you accept that truth, then failure is no longer a source of shame. It becomes your curriculum. It becomes your workshop. It becomes your altar of transformation. Finally, there is the law that cannot be escaped. The law of persistence. Nothing can withstand it. Not failure, not resistance, not even time. Persistence is the slow, steady hammer that breaks down walls and reshapes the world. It is not always loud, and it is rarely glamorous, but it is undefeated. The one who keeps going, keeps knocking, keeps rising, no matter how many times they fall, will eventually be answered. Life bends to the person who refuses to quit. Every step you take forward builds momentum, even when it doesn't feel like it. Every action adds weight to your cause. Keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Keep fighting for the life you know is possible. In the beginning, the world will ignore you. Then it will resist you. Then it will test you. And finally, if you refuse to give in, it will move for you. It will yield to your will, but you must endure long enough to see it happen. So when the voice of doubt creeps in, when your legs feel heavy and your heart is weary, when your dreams seem distant and your strength feels spent, dig deeper. Stand taller, move forward. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to persist. You don't need to be unafraid. You just need to be willing. Force yourself to keep going, because no one else will do it for you. And because everything you are destined to become waits on the other side of that next step. So let this truth settle deep into your spirit. There will be days when everything in you says stop, when progress feels invisible and hope flickers like a dying flame. But those are the sacred days, the days that shape your destiny, because it is in those moments when quitting feels justified that you are given the rare chance to rise above yourself. Not by feeling stronger, but by choosing strength. Not by waiting for motivation, but by mastering motion. Each time you force yourself to take another step, no matter how small, you send a message to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that you are not finished, that you will not fold, that your dream is worth more than your comfort. And in the silence of those battles, when no one is watching and no one is cheering, your character is forged. The life you want, the person you aim to become, the legacy you are building, they are waiting. Not at the beginning, not at the easy parts, but right there, just past the moment where most would quit. So stand up, take the step, and force yourself to keep going.